this project, I'm using only 3 material: Imboya, black African wood, and white resin. Let's go to work. I'm doing a spotted ball. Looks like a spotted black tiger or something. And I'm using Imboya as my main wood. Then I'm using white resin and black African wood, but that came only later. I didn't plan it from the beginning. So what I'm doing now is, firstly, I'm squaring it. I'm making it as a square, a cylinder, nice cylinder, square it. I drilled a hole over there just as a recess, and now I'm going to square it on this side. So when I'll put resin inside and I'll have to cut it, it will be easier to do it. And now I'm going to mark some lines, and you will see what I'm going to do. Doing 3 on this one. I'm doing some lines, and I'm doing 3. I'll drill 3 holes in every second line, and each hole will be a small. I'm going to use 11 millimeters, 9 millimeters, and 7 millimeters, and that's 1, and that's 2, and that's 3. So now I'm going to put it on the alternative line. I'm going to cut through. The smoke and the smell. Oh, horrible, especially on the Imboya. And I cut a little bit, I think a little bit too deep, and it's gone through in the back, but it's all right. I put hot gun glue, and now I'm going to do the vessel. I'm just using this piece of wood, so I'm not going to burn my fingers, that's all. There is no other reason for that. And now I've got the vessel ready, almost ready for my resin. At this stage, I discovered that I've got a small leak. I took the resin out, turned it around. I fixed the place where it was leaking from. But this time I'm going to use a container, so if it leaks again, it will be okay. The challenge was a little bit on the small holes. I had to fill it up and all the time be sure that it's no air bubbles inside. And then I put it in the pressure pot, and I left it overnight under 450 kPa. It came out very easy from the container. At this stage, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Press the bell button, so you know that I'm putting a new video. And let's continue. Here you saw the start of the. I was squaring it again till I see the lines. And now what I'm doing is I'm creating a recess, so I can work on the other side, and I will clean up a little bit the resin so I can continue working. After I cleaned the resin, I turned it around, and now what I'm doing, I'm starting to remove wood till I'll get to the area where I can start seeing the lines and the white dots from the hole that I drilled. The white dot, and I really hope that I don't have air bubbles. I don't have to stop and start repairing. Now you can start seeing the dots coming up. Now is the time to plan the shape that I want to do, and I'm putting a line in the middle of the wood, so it will be symmetric both sides, and I will start doing the shape of the ball. That will be the base. And I'm removing wood till I see clear lines and clear dots. So it will be and then I know that I can start cutting through. I left enough space when I drilled, so I won't make it as a sieve. I was very worried last time that I'd done something similar, that I almost made it as a sieve. So now I'm going to do the base, and the base will be that will be the base. And what I do is I'm doing a very fine recess. It's not going to use as a recess because I don't want to use. I'm going to use a tenon, aluminum tenon that I've got, and now I'm putting the 3 lines. And the reason why I'm not going to do a recess, that I'm going to put a pressure, because I was worried because on the lines that I cut with the resin that it will break and it will open. So I'm putting an outside recess. Of course, the place for my logo. Actually, somebody asked me, why didn't you do on my previous job? I didn't do the 3 line that I do all the time. And it was because it was a lot of resin and I didn't want to put it through resin. But here is only a little bit of resin. So it's ready. I'm going to do the Yorkshire grid. And then I'm going to use Hampshire sheen onto this wood and see how it works. And I'm not happy. There was a line over there. There is a mark. So I'm going back. I'm going to 80 and I'm flattening it down from 80. And I go all the way back again from with sandpaper from this time from 80 all the way to 400 and then Yorkshire grid. And after Yorkshire grid, I'm going to put Hampshire sheen to give it a spark. And now you can see there is no line. There was a line over there that irritated me. And that's why I done the whole thing from the beginning. I like it how the effect that it gives, the white and the black when it's turning, and you can play with when you adjust the right speed, you can play with it. Now I'm putting the aluminum tenon onto the other side, just securing it a little bit, so I don't put pressure on the project. Look at that; it looks like a helicopter. With this aluminum in the middle. Beautiful. Turn it around and now I'm removing the leftover of the white and I'm starting to create the shape to the right line in the middle. Look how much material I've got over there. And I'm trying to do it as symmetric as possible so they will look exactly the same from both sides. Now I'm start hollowing it, and what I done is I reversed the speed and I reversed the direction, so I can work in front. I tightened the chuck so it doesn't fly out, and it's easier for me to work with the reverse speed. It's easier for me because I can see inside, and I don't have to bend over the lathe. That's one of the good things having a lathe that you can reverse the speed. And slowly I'm removing everything, checking it very carefully not to go through. At this stage, I was happy with the thickness and the inside, so I'm just going to sandpaper it and put Yorkshire grid. When I looked at it now, after I finished both sides, I said to myself, something is missing. I didn't know what to do. I was a little bit puzzled. It looked nice, but something was missing. So what I decided to do is to get myself a small piece of African blackwood, cut it on the bend saw, and drill a hole in the middle. So the size of the hole, it was a 35 millimeters hole. That's the piece of wood, and I'm going to turn it so it will fit straight inside, and it will be another, I think it will bring another dimension. And I'll machine it down, and let's see. I'll move to the mini black line tool just for the last few steps to be sure that it sits and I don't over. And when I go to the right place, I just took a little bit of sandpaper just to be on the safe side. And now I'm using the black line parting tool. Look at that. African black wood, hard like a rock. And it cuts it like it's made out of butter. Super glue to the rescue, and I'm going to put the black African wood ring inside. I'll try to keep it, okay, now I've got super glue on my fingers. Yeah, and now it sits beautiful. And what I'm going to do now is activator and let it dry a little bit, and then I'll continue. Some time ago, I had a remark from one of my viewers that says, I see you working with black line tools, I see you working with, and it's actually not a cutter, it's a scraper. I want to tell you that have a look at this thing. Have a look how nice it cuts and how nice it doesn't scrape. It cuts, and it cuts beautiful. And look how thin and delicate it is. And it's African black wood. If you didn't work with it, you don't understand, but it is really, really hard. Creates very easy dust, and it's very difficult to cut nice lines. And with this tool, with this carbide, no problem whatsoever. The same thing, after sandpapering it properly, Yorkshire grid, and after Yorkshire grid, I put again Hampshire sheen, and look at the contrast. Now I'm putting the Hampshire sheen, sorry. Look at the contrast that it creates. Really, really, I think it's, and I really, really think that the black African wood knob added a lot to it. I removed it from the tenant, and I'm going to put a little bit of Yorkshire grid, polish it out, and then I'm going to put my logo. After that, I'm going to put some photos, and there is this video over there that I took at night in the dark, and the light of the torch goes through those lines, and it's beautiful. So watch it for it, wait for it. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and put the thumbs up. And put some remarks at the bottom. Let me know what you think. And here it is at night. I think the light came through nicely. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next one.